Hello, this is Carlos from Costa Rica. Today I'm going to be sharing certain things that you can do for pivot tables. Um, for that, we're going to move into the spreadsheet that I'm using for this. And here in this spreadsheet, I'm going to move to this tab where I have a list of items and characteristics for those items. So one thing I've learned is that it is easier for you to do certain things in Excel, particularly if you want to repeat formulas and stuff like that, to convert your table into table format. So to do that, you select the table and you select here format as table. That's one option. Um, That's one option of doing it. The other option is just when you have everything selected, you click Control T, T as in table in your keyboard. It's gonna pop up this dialog box, and yes, my table has headers because we have them here. Just click on OK, and there you go. It converts into table, and it opens up this option in the ribbon. So that's a good thing. It's gonna help you a lot when you're doing formulas and stuff. Since it already has format, I'm gonna keep it without the format in the table. So once you do that, you can and this is not mandatory to do a pivot table. It's just a good practice that will help you a lot. If you add something at the bottom of the list, it's gonna add automatically to the table, and it will be easier for the pivot table to recognize it. So that's one thing. And to add a pivot table, you click on Insert in the ribbon, and then on Pivot, and then it's gonna open this dialog box. That's one way of doing it. I'm gonna click on Cancel here, and the other way of doing it, it's with your keyboard. So the keyword shortcut for that, it's Control and V. I'm gonna type it here, Control plus N, N as in Nancy, and V as in Victor. So if you click this in your keyboard while you have selected one of the cells inside the table, it's gonna open the dialog box for the pivot table. So I'm gonna do that right now. Oh no, sorry, I said Control. It's actually Alt plus N plus V. There you go. That's the option. My apologies for that. Right, Alt and V, and there you go. So we have the range selected. You see that instead of showing the cells, it's showing the table name. That's because it's a table. It's formatted as a table. And I want it in this same tab instead of creating a new one. So I click on existing here, and I want my pivot table here. I just select where I want it to be. I click on OK. So it's ready there. It's already there, and we only have two options in this table. So let's play with that. So we're gonna click on list. It has a complete list of the items. That's not what I want. I would like to know how many I have of each type. So I'm gonna remove this, and I'm gonna take size class, and I'm gonna move it to rows. Much better. It shows me how many classes I have, and I want to know how many I have of each. So what I can do, it's either I select list and I move it to values. There you go, and it's going to show you how many I have of each of those, and it's giving you a total at the bottom. So this is pretty cool. It's counting the numbers of items. So I could do let's see, there are certain options you have here, like let's see, field items settings, sorry. If we click on sum, see what it does. It doesn't sum it because they're not numbers. So let's change that back to count. Well, if I click on average, let's see what it says. No, it doesn't work again because there are not numbers. So for this type of list, when you don't have numbers, I think the best option you have it's just to click on count. So it counts the number of items you have or the number of cells with content. So that's why one way of seeing it. So if for instance there were no information here, say I delete that to refresh to reflect it in the pivot table, just click on refresh. That's what a leader class leader. It says that I have 3. If I click on refresh, it's now showing 2, and it's showing an extra line. It's showing blank because there's nothing in there, and it doesn't recognize what type is. So it automatically assigns a blank type. And another cool thing you can do is that you can change the name here to row labels. So I'm gonna say size class. And instead of having the count of lists, you can say, I don't know, quantity. Yay. And another cool thing is that you have this option here in the ribbon. You can change colors to make it prettier. Prettier. So uh, this one looks cool. There you go. So you're making it prettier. It looks better. Let's go back here. And again, as the instructor said in the video, one of the issues with pivot tables is that it won't refresh automatically. So you will need to refresh it manually every time you make updates to this. There are other things you can do to solve that problem, but that will not be covered in this video. Um, Pivot tables are super cool to run numbers very quickly without entering functions or formulas. You can also combine pivot tables with formulas and functions, and it makes your reporting more effective. But yeah, that's what I wanted to show you today. I hope you learned something new and that it is helpful for you. So thank you so much for your time and have a wonderful weekend.